From the studios of Mud Advertising in Cedar Falls, Iowa, this is Mud TV.
I'm Gary Kroger, your host here at Mud TV, and we have a program today that is called The Program, because it's about a database program that we're introducing, or we have introduced here at Mud Advertising. And my guest is Chad Wauters, the president of the Direct Marketing Division of Mud Advertising. And as you all know, every dealer's got a database. They have several databases, but the question is, are you using your database effectively? The program utilizes databases like never before. Now, this program, Chad, comes in several phases. Why don't you just sort of roll it out for us?
Well, there's four phases, Gary. The first phase that we do is the service phase. And we know statistically that there's about 93% of the customers who buy a car don't even get a service walk, don't get introduced to the service manager, don't even know the service hours. So this phase is very important to get the reactivation customers back into the service department. And we do that three ways. We send them a mailer with some aggressive coupons on there. We send them an email blast reminding them of the coupons that they received. And then there's a Pearl on the mailer as well, where they can go to their own brandcasting site, do their shopping online, print off the coupon that's customized to them, and bring it into the service department to get that customer reactivated to come back into service.
And you're really targeting then a customer that hasn't really been included yet. Like you say, they weren't introduced to the service department. They got their car, they drove off the lot, and they're not really thinking about it.
Correct.
So you're activating that very important part of the...
Yeah, we're reactivating that customer to get them conditioned to do all their shopping at one store.
And as we know, those are pretty nice margins there, aren't
yes,
they?
They're very nice.
All right, so what's phase two?
Phase two is the one most people get excited about within the store. It's the equity phase, where we're targeting customers who have between $10,000 and negative $2,000 of equity in their vehicle that they're currently driving. And we know they've had that car for 2.5, 3.5 years. So they're in a position where, you know, things are starting to break down. They're maybe spending a little money on that car, but they're in a position where they, A, can get into a new car for the same or lower payments, and they're also in a position where the dealer can, you know, not have to turn them away. They can come in and buy a car.
And that's obviously very attractive to a dealer.
Very attractive to the dealer.
I want to remind our viewers, if you have a question during the show, or if you think of something after the show, we will direct it to Chad or one of the people that work with us here. It's askmud@mud.com. Anytime you have a question about the automotive industry and marketing, askmud@mud.com is a great resource. Well, that's two of the four phases, so what's next?
The next phase is the lease phase. And the lease phase, we're going after customers who have a lease that's expiring within the next 9 months. So we know these customers are going to buy or release a vehicle soon. They're going to have to turn in their lease and re-up. Even if you sell 5, 10 leases a month, we want to reactivate. We send that mailer and that email out to those customers, notifying of maybe current incentives that the manufacturer has available, where they can get out a little bit early with no penalty into a newer one that's, you know, factory warranty and brand new for the same or lower payment. And this is a real strong offer, because we know these customers that are, you know, 0 to 9 months out from their lease terminating, they're going to buy a car here in the next couple months.
Right, and this is an opportunity to get out in front of everybody else,
Correct.
Isn't it?
Correct.
I mean, isn't the number something like 85% of everybody, they know what they're going to do before they leave the house.
They do, and your competition is, you know, they're on the radio, they're on the TV, they're on the newspaper, so they're thinking, and when they get a personalized message from you, the dealer who sold them, leased them the car, and it says, hey, we can get you with manufacturer rebates as high as they are, we can get you into a new one for the same or lower payment, who are you going to stop at first?
Exactly, and this personalized approach is very important to this program.
Very important.
So now we've targeted those that perhaps haven't been thinking about the dealership with service. You've targeted those people with some equity value in their vehicle to trade, and now we've targeted that growing percentage of lease vehicles than we've gotten out in front of them.
Correct.
All right, so why do we have to do anything else?
Well, we want to thank our customers. The last phase of the program is the welcome, where everyone that you sold a car to the prior month is going to get a nice thank you letter from the dealership. They're going to get a nice email thanking them for their business. And they too are going to have a brandcasting site that they can go to that's going to thank them for their business. We feel we can't thank people enough for their business. It's kind of a lost art. I remember back in the day, salespeople used to write a letter to their customers thanking them for their business, and a few people still do that, but that letter means a lot to that customer. And you know, statistics show that after you buy a vehicle, you're going to have a family member, you're going to have a neighbor, you're going to have someone you know that's going to be in the market for a car in the next 90 days. Well, that thank you, that email, you know, that personal touch, they may tell them where to go buy a vehicle here. I had a great experience, great deal, and that's, you know, word of mouth can be good advertising as well.
Right, and this isn't a cookie cutter thank you. This really is personalized.
Very personalized. It's got the customer's name throughout the letter. It's got the vehicle they're driving throughout the letter. So it's very personalized. Variable data is used throughout that letter. And the variable image on the equity portion where we put a picture of their car they're driving that we need, I mean, that hits home.
Right, and you know, the personal touch, because the unseen quality to selling a car and to continue selling a car is trust, isn't it?
Trust and the human touch. You know, people usually buy from someone they like, someone they feel they're getting a fair deal from, and someone they can trust. And those three components are all very heavily done in the program.
Well, so we can see that the program really it targets everyone in the cycle, the automotive cycle, and it gives that sort of trust thank you. So it's a great program. All right, well, we're just saying that. But we know these guys, don't we?
We know them.
These women out there, these general managers, these owners, they want results.
They want results, and the program is about 4 months old now. We've been running it for 4 months, and the results that are coming in are great. I don't know if we're going to show them on air here.
I think we've got Huntington Honda. We can put right up there.
Yeah, the first month that they were on the program, we sent out 16,679 mailers. That was people that hit that same criteria we talked about earlier. And they sold 64 cars off of the program. Now that's a great result. But the thing they loved best about it is with our Mud Ad Suite, it's our tracking and analytics device. Every day they got to go in there and see how many cars they sold off the program, how many ROs were generated off of the service portion, how many lease renewals were done. So it's every day updated.
Well, what I like about this, and I know that this is the Mud philosophy, we really want to continually improve our relationship with the dealers.
Correct.
And to give them this tool to improve their relationship with their customers.
Correct.
Seems like a perfect fit.
Perfect fit.
Again, I have pages of results here, some of which we'll scroll by, but let's take a look at another. I think we have Route 2 Hyundai. There you go.
Yeah, my good friend Mikey out at Route 2 Hyundai.
old Mikey.
We've been working with Mikey for 6, 7 years. And he was very reluctant to get on the program because he thought he'd be, you know, kind of duplicating some services. In the first month they were on it, they only did like 3,900 pieces of mail, and they sold 31 vehicles off of that. They did about 2,600 pieces of the service reactivation program, and the ROs, they had over 114 ROs off that list. He's a believer.
He's a believer. Well, you know, we know that 50%, half of all the customers, they really purchase their vehicle based on the presentation. And this gives dealers a great presentation.
A great presentation, correct.
Well, if you have any questions, we really want to get you started on the program. Ask Mud at mud.com. Easy to remember. Ask Mud at mud.com. If you're in the car going home and you think of something, anytime. We're here all the time. We will get your questions answered, and we'll get you on the program as soon as possible. Ask Mud at mud.com. Chad, always a pleasure. I'll see you across the hall probably later and at lunch.
That's right.
But
Thank
thanks
you,
for
Gary.
coming. Every week we try to bring you some new information about the automotive advertising business here at Mud TV. We'll see you then.